Hi, my name is Kunal Doshi, Chartered Financial Analyst. Like you all, I also started the journey of CFA with excitement, passion, and wanted to get into the field of finance, into research, analysis, valuation, and so many things. I also wanted to get rid of the mundane projects that I used to do or outsourcing work that I used to do, and I wanted to get into the field of investment banking and so on, which I'm sure you all want to get into, right? So I enrolled for CFA, but here's the thing that I did, which I want all of you all to do before enrolling for CFA if you have not enrolled. And if you're planning to enroll, then these are essential things. Also, if you've already enrolled, still I want you all to get this amazing feedback that I've got from students, and I don't want you all to do the same mistakes that many of them are doing. So watch out this carefully. Now, assuming you have not registered, which I hope so, you all should be watching this video if you've not registered. Don't worry, those who've registered, I'll inform them as well. But if you've not registered for CFA, do not make the mistake of booking the exams before you've seen the syllabus, before you've seen the notes, before you've decided where and how you want to study, how much time you will take, whether you'll get the leaves or not, how many leaves do you have from your office if you're working, or how many hours you'll be able to put up. All these strategy you need to prepare before booking the exam. I don't want you all to book the exam and then feel the pressure of doing CFA, which I see these days students are already tensed. So instead of enjoying the program, they're in a pressure that I booked the exam, but I think I'll take more time. And what's happening? Eventually people are postponing their exams, they're dealing their exams and paying some extra dollars. I don't want you all to do that. So 5 things you need to take care before registering the CFA exams, assuming you've not registered. Number 1, decide on the source or notes where you want to study from. You can go for CFA Institute, you can go for Schweser, or you can buy any notes. You can also buy my revision book as well. Yes, I'm promoting it, but you can also buy these books. These are very handy books. So basically, any resources will tell you that how much the curriculum is, how much time you're going to take, right? So that resource is very essential. Second, decide whether you're going to do self-study, you need guidance, you need training, you need to join any institute. And if that, then how much is the fee? What are the options available for you? Online, offline, face-to-face, whatever you want to do with. But you need to decide that quickly. That decision making should not be delayed. Third, very essential, you need to plan your schedule for study, self-study, irrespective whether you join an institute or not. And then you need to also see that if you're working, how will you manage with your work, and whether you'll get leaves or not a couple of weeks before your exam you will need for self-study and all. That you need to plan very well. Many people are struggling with this. They don't get the leave from their offices, and eventually they succumb to the pressure of office, and they are neither doing the office work properly nor preparing for CFA fully. So that's the third biggest hindrance that people are facing. Fourth is that you need to make sure that you do enough of mock exams. You need to do enough of questions. Just studying the notes will not be enough. You need to buy, or you need to probably look out for CFA Institute's amazing candidate resource, right? Or you can go for my question bank book also. Yes, the reason I'm saying my question bank book is because you might not know which questions you should do, you should not do, which are important. So you can basically, the fourth thing is that you need to look out for a right source of doing question banks. So apart from right source of notes, question banks are very crucial, right? Those who are already doing from CFA Institute material, which is lengthy of course, or doing from Schweser, which is very precise. In that case, you can rely on their sources, but you need to do proper question banks. Without question banks and mock exams, CFA is not going to be, however experienced you are or however knowledge you have, question banks doing is very essential. And the last thing, which is very crucial, is that you need to be disciplined in your study to make sure that you don't rely on everything when you are on your off days. You need to make it as your daily habit. All of these you need to plan carefully, and then eventually you can book for your exams. Now, should you wait for everything to finish and then book the exams? Of course not. However, there are 10 topics. Out of that, let's say QM and FSA are the biggest weightage topic, and this is where most of the students struggle. So why not you plan your study for the first 2 topics like QM, quantitative methods, and financial statement analysis, FSA. These too heavy topics, they are going to take your maximum time. If you're an engineer or from the tech background, QM will be easy for you, but FSA will be difficult. If you are from the finance background, then QM might be difficult for you. But that will give you an idea that how much time I'm taking. And then accordingly, after these two topics are done, assuming, then you should book for your exams, right? Unfortunately, many students are succumbing to the pressure of early bird registration. I need to save some dollars. I need to do booking fast. Why is there a hurry, right? There's no hurry. You have exams after every 2.5, 3 months, right? You need to pass CFA in one go. That should be your goal. But passing fast, I don't think so that should be your goal. It's a long-term thing, right? So you need to plan carefully, make sure everything is at place, and then decide how much time you will take. You might take 6 months, someone might take 5 months, someone might take 3 months, someone might take 2 months, someone might just take a couple of days, right? It depends on your grip on the topics, right? So don't make the mistake of registering and then looking out for other things. I think you should first make sure that you see the curriculum, you analyze it, spend some time with it, and then experience it, right? And then book for the exam. Otherwise, you'll be in a soup. You'll be struggling. You'll be in a deadline. It will be like a gun on your head, and you'll be in a pressure to do everything fast. That's where you don't enjoy the CFA, and you're throughout the program you're stressed. I don't want that to happen. Most of the students I see, they are struggling with this part. So I want you all to take care of this. Okay. Now, I want to discuss something very interesting. What is the biggest irony that these days students have when they're doing CFA? Okay. Number one, everyone wants to do CFA, but they don't want to give time. Tell me something. How is it possible that you want to pass the exam, but you don't have time? I speak to so many students on a daily basis, and one thing that they have is that, sir, I want to pass CFA exam, but I don't have time. Now tell me how these contradictory things work. You want to be successful, but you don't want to work hard. Now that is just then dependent on luck, right? That is not how you enjoy the program. So number one thing, do the program if you have time, or if you can manage time, or if you can, perhaps strategize it. Otherwise, the program is not for you. Don't risk your thousands of dollars of hard work into the program. The second problem that I see students having is that they're not sure of what and where they want to study from. They've already booked the exam, but they don't have an idea, and they are actually confused and overthinking. I think a lot of them are doing multiple things together. So they are doing things from multiple resources. They're trying to do self-study, which is a good thing, by the way, but it's not discipline in the sense that they're probably doing questions from some other sources, notes from some other sources, watching some random videos here and there, trying to use ChatGPT for some questions. I think that's not a very systematic way of studying. My personal suggestion is, whosoever you join or wherever you study from, use one resource, one notes, one professor, one just stick to one particular idea and design it, and then do it. If you do multiple things and eventually you end up not realizing anything, then it's a waste. So I think you need to plan well, right? Third, don't risk to do everything on the last day when you get your office leaves. Don't do that. I think you should manage your office leaves, or if you're working, most of the CFA candidates are working, you need to manage that well. Plan it well, discuss with your senior management or your immediate supervisor that these are because I think many of the people are giving the exam, so a lot of offices altogether have too many leave applications. So you plan it well, try to do it on a daily basis rather than just doing on weekends. I think you need to manage that well. Doing CFA on a daily basis is very essential. Doing questions, reading the notes, all of that is required. Without that, you might pass the exam because it's also dependent on luck, but that's not the way you should be doing it. And many of them who might pass because of their prior experience of finance or other thing, then they struggle a lot in level 2 because level 2 is quite in-depth, right? So, make CFA is very important like any other course, but this course is going to make you, going to give you a lot of knowledge, right? So invest your time because you are in a very competitive exam. Don't take it lightly. Just by swiping your card and by booking the exam doesn't mean you pass. You need to plan it properly. All right. So these are my suggestions, and this is from the students' experience that I get. And I see many of the students are stressed about CFA, not because of the exam difficulty, but they are more stressed because they have booked the exam and they have not planned, and now they're closer to the exam. So the easiest option that many of them choose is postpone their exams by paying some extra dollars. I don't think so that's appropriate. I think you need to plan well, otherwise you are eventually, just benefiting someone. So my suggestion is plan well so that you don't end up into delaying your exams. And if you book the exam, there's no looking back. Put in a lot of your hard work, efforts. Make sure this is your best try. Complete the syllabus. I see many of them not completing the syllabus. You need to complete the syllabus. And when you're completing the syllabus, you're not going to memorize everything in first go. You can't memorize all 10 topics in first go, right? You need to revise it. Gradually, you'll reach to that score of 70 plus, right? Immediately, you might not. So be patient, and eventually I tell everyone, trust God, trust your mentor or professor, whoever it is, if it is me as well. And third thing, trust yourself. Very essential. You need to trust yourself. You need to be very positive, and you need to be determined that I'll be able to complete it. Okay? And put in all your efforts. This is going to be an amazing journey, and you'll learn a lot during this journey. But don't give up. Complete the entire curriculum and do the revision multiple times. All right? For more other information, you can always visit our website. There are a lot of free content and resources. Explore it. There are a lot of paid options. You can also join our live and recorded options. And I'll see you in the program very soon. Okay? Take care. Bye.